Hey everybody, it's your boy, the Alpha Heel 7, sometimes known as A-Holish 7. Whatever you call me, don't call me late for dinner. I know that's a dad joke, but you know, I'm 40 now and I've got 2 kids and 1 on the way, so thank you. You know, normally I don't do this show more than quarterly, or, you know, I don't do it a lot just because, you know, you kind of run out of things to talk about. But, you know, there's, with Madden gameplay kind of breaking down on people and people are kind of in the gloomy state, this is kind of like the dead season with Madden right now, so I wanted to bring you guys an episode. I thought it'd be fun, kind of re-energize some of the guys, and yeah, that's kind of what my thought was behind it. So, you know, I thought, man, I got to give the people what they want. They loved number 1 episode. Now they're going to love number 2. So, something fun I get to do. I get to kind of go off script. Normally, I do this in take 1. But because my neighbor decided to mow his yard, at the same moment I started to record this, with my door open, that's the best. So, I had to close the door and make some concessions here. Telling him to shut the F off would do nothing but get me a restraining order, and I live next to him, and I don't want to show up on one of them ID channel shows, so decided to go against my better judgment. And of course my dog sometimes likes to bark, so that throws everything into the loop and, you know, all that. So I thought, man, you guys have been getting a ton of content lately. There's some things I want to talk about, so let's do another Unfiltered. Let's do another show. So here we are, episode number 2. And I'm going to try to make this more frequent. Guys, if you come up with any cool ideas or segments that you want to see, throw a line my way. I would love to. I start to run out of ideas, so I can only call people, you know, pussies and idiots for so long, and, you know, it kind of gets old. So if you have any type of ideas that you want to see me do, you want to see me burn some opponents or whatever, you know, give me some ideas. So that's kind of what I'm kind of going with here. So this isn't going to be a too long of an episode, so I do apologize in advance. But the first thing I want to touch on, if you've been under a rock, or if you've been living like in Alaska or something with no internet, you missed it. Our boy AlFerraro Sr. is back. That's right, the content guru himself, Al, is back. Why am I so excited about this? Other than the fact that Al and I go back and we're buddies. Sometimes we get mad at each other, cuss each other out. Sometimes he blows up my DMs. No nudies yet, but I'm holding out hope. But I'm so excited because you don't really have a guy that will come and join a league just to do content. Al's kind of over the whole Madden 19 thing, as a lot of us are, but a lot of us like to play because, hey, it beats the alternative, right? Streaking in the middle of the night, robbing, you know, grocery stores and stuff like that. So Madden kind of takes that type of fun away from us, so we get to stay out of trouble. But Al's back, and what that means, if you guys don't know Al, is that the content's going to step its game up. If you haven't missed, or if you haven't checked out his show, The Huddle, fantastic. He goes over the numbers. He basically goes over all the stats and everything. Just another type of show that we can look at. Another notch on Soden Bowl's content record there. So we're happy to have Al back. With having Al back, again, we have the content steps up. One of the things that Al loves to do is become a draft guru. Does a fine job of doing that. Hopefully he brings that to Soden Bowl. He's done it with multiple leagues before, and we love having Al back. So, Al, thank you for coming back and being a part of this train wreck we call SBSL. I'm kidding. It's not a train wreck. Not yet, but, you know, the week's still early, right? It's Tuesday, so I'm sure some people can cuss each other out in the Discord chat, leave. You know, no roster dropping. Don't do that, guys. No roster dropping. You can cuss us out and leave, but don't do that, okay? That stings, okay? And no joining our live broadcasts and telling us to F off. Okay, that's an inside joke to some of you guys. Anyway, So, Al, welcome back. You will provide us with a ton of content and a ton of value into the league. Hopefully in Madden 20, you do come back, get on the sticks. But your boy's back, Al Jr., or Bano Jr. So I played Bano Jr. a ton in another league, and he's back. He's been getting his games in constantly, so having that AlFerraro connection is huge for the Soden Bowl Sim League. So let's touch on the King of Thrones. That's right. Game of Thrones is this Sunday, the last season. And if you've been living under that same rock that you didn't hear of Al, and you've never seen Game of Thrones, go throw yourself off a cliff, because that's one of the best shows out there right now. And this season is going to be awesome. So with that, I thought I'd make it fun and say, you know, let's do a little theme. And, you know, I'd come out dressed as one of the Starks, right? Or maybe Snow, Jon Snow, or Al Snow, WWE days. But, you know, I thought I don't have that type of budget for this show, so I come out my orange Bronco and just kind of rep. By the way, before I start the segment, if you haven't seen this, I got to show you this. Okay, right back there, that D, that's painted on the wall, okay? That back there is my bar area where I have tons of liquor. And we actually, in this other room right over there, we watch, on the big screen, we watch football games and everything. We're going to do a paver patio. The summer's going to be great. If you are in Ohio, come see me. We will party. Okay? So, I know I'm getting away from that. But anyway, Game of Thrones is this Sunday. Everyone loves Game of Thrones. If you don't, off the cliff. Anyway, Game of Thrones is this Sunday, so I thought I'd do something fun, right? I'd say, who is the king of the throne and the SBSL thus far? Got about halfway through the season now. All right. Guys are making their marks. Guys are trying to become the best at the game. Who's my king of the throne? Well, I'll tell you who my king of the throne is. Taco King. Yes, that Taco King. The guy that comes from another freaking league, follows me over here, right? Like I'm dragging a bowl of warm milk for some, you know, stray dog, and says, hey, I want to join your league. I'm kidding, Taco. You've been a valuable asset. We love everything you do for the league, man. You keep the chat active. You're a great guy. He's the king of the throne right now, man. Sitting at 7-1. The only other team that I look at this list and say that has been playing on a very consistent level is actually the Cowboys, Triple Aries. I cannot wait for that game. Okay, they are going to meet up. I'm not sure if they meet up in the season. They will meet up in the playoffs, if not. And who knows what will happen. But as of right now, my midseason king of the throne, who sits on the, I wouldn't say Iron Throne, because the SBSL doesn't have that budget either. So I would say it's more of a, I don't know, like cardboard throne. All right. So he sits on our cardboard throne, and he's rising above everyone else, and he's the king of the throne. Okay. The throne. Anyway, that's who obviously I think is the king of the throne right now. You've got some other guys that could be up in that discussion. You've got Miami Dolphins, who has played pretty well, but man, he's lost a couple games where against teams, in my opinion, he shouldn't have lost against. You got the Colts. Man, he kind of came out of the gates. He whooped my butt. He lost that really bad game against the Dolphins on primetime. But man, he's been on fire. He's really got this team in sync. He's got them going. I don't think he's been hampered by any big injuries yet. So, you know, he could be climbing for that. He could be like Littlefinger, right? He could be that dude that talks shit behind everyone's back and tries to get everyone mad at each other. Again, if you haven't seen that and you don't know who Littlefinger is, go watch it, okay? You know, HBO on the go or on demand or whatever. It's not that expensive. You can blow through the seasons. Highly recommend it. But anyway, that's who I have as king of the throne. Taco King, the cardboard throne awaits you. So, that brings me to the State of the League address. Do you like my little graphic? I purposely made it look like that. If you haven't already tell, it looks kind of crappy. Anyway, the State of the League, okay? What I wanted to do, I'm not going to do this all the time, but obviously when you have this type of down season on a game that not a lot of people enjoy playing. I think basically what's keeping Madden leagues alive is the camaraderie, the community, the type of competition, the team building. People are still into that. They're just getting tired of the gameplay issues. So what I wanted to do was just kind of go over the state of the league and the future of the SBSL. With that first, I want to say, guys, good job on scheduling your games. We want to make sure that you are scheduling your games before. I want you to hit your opponent up at or before advance. And the reason why I tell you is that way we can see what games are being scheduled, and it gives us, one, a better idea of when, if all the games are scheduled, when we're going to advance. And two, we want to broadcast some games, man. Soden and I are getting kind of antsy here. We want to call another game for you guys. We want to make sure that you enjoy this league. We want to make sure that it's one more dimension that we can add to this, make it that much more fun. So when you guys put into the schedule chat when you're playing, does us a great service, because what it does is it allows us to be able to see when we're going to be able to advance, check on games, making sure that everyone is being active and participating. And also what it does, it gives us a good idea of what games we can broadcast going, ahead of time. For the guys that aren't, come on, okay? If your opponent's not answering you, let one of us know. Don't wait until 2 days or 1 day before, that night. Say it advances at 9, you let us know at noon. This is a 72-hour league, okay? So you don't need to, let us know the day, I tried to get a hold of my opponent and he's telling me that he's not able to play, or he's off and, with his mistress. Okay, that's fine. He can be off with his mistress, but let us know, okay? Maybe I want to call his wife and visit her while his mistress, he's off with her. But seriously, we need to know that kind of stuff. We need to make sure that you guys are following the rules and making sure that you guys are adhering to that. So that's my biggest gripe right now. The state of the league, though, we are on point. All the teams are filled. We don't have a waiting list. If you're watching this and you want to join, you can actually go to sodenbowl.com, and there's a tab that says SBSL. If you click on that, it brings you to the SBSL application. You can click on that, fill out your information. Somebody will get a hold of you. We also have a page on there where you can get on our Discord and, join in all the fun that we have throughout the day. But, with this being, one, not a great Madden, two, the off-season of Madden, I think that we're doing a pretty good job, especially starting this league a little bit late within the season. I've seen a lot of leagues advertising, I'm not going to name any names, where they're advertising 8 to 10 teams, and it makes me sad. It really does, because what it does is just shows me that, either they're not running it correctly, but maybe they are running it correctly, but they've been getting some turds as the owners, and you can't shine up turds and make them look like nice turds. So that makes me kind of sad. So we don't want to run into that. We're always staying due diligent. You have my number one priority within online community to be this league and make sure that we're always fulfilling what we're saying we're going to do. And also to kind of go forward, we want to build up a community. It would be great to have another league where we could do the developmental thing. That one just didn't work out, mainly because it had different rules. So guys would come over and start playing like that, and it was just very confusing. And because of the type of deadness right now in the entire online community, we want to focus everything on SBSL. Make this a league that you guys want to be at for years and years to come. So, with that said, we are on great pace. Everyone's playing their games. The reward points are up. If you haven't heard, we started a reward program. This is such a cool thing. Basically, what it is you get rewarded for activity, playing your games, scheduling your games, rating your opponents, not getting rated a 1 on gameplay. So having good gameplay, doing content, production, graphics, logos, anything like that will gather you points. Then you can spin it like you're in a, a reward store like American Express. They have a catalog you can look through, stuff like that. But what we're doing is we're always adding to it, so you can upgrade development. Now, I will say that upgrading development is not something that it's easy to do, first off. Secondly, it's not something you can do every single player. So don't get all crazy when you're like, upgrading developments. Just keep in mind, guys, we're only allowing you to upgrade from quick to super or quick to star once per season, and it's hard to get those points. So someone like me that's been doing a lot of the production, I barely had enough points to do that. So just keep that in the back of your mind. We do have other things that you can do. You can upgrade trades. We actually might even come up with a store. Maybe you purchase some SBSL swag. Maybe you want to renew your Xbox Live. We might do something like that going forward in the future if it is a popular thing to do. I've got money burning in my pocket. I won't for long, though, because if you didn't catch it, my wife is pregnant again. And yes, it's mine. I think. And if it is mine, I've got to take care of it, just like the other two kids. So I have money right now that I can put towards this stuff before the diapers come in December. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Anyway, everything's going great within the league. We're having a huge success. I feel like the content's there. There have been some guys that have said, I want to do content, kind of, for some reason flaked out a bit. Step it up, guys. I mean, you don't have to do this stuff, but you're only rewarding yourself. I can tell you right now, this league, Soden Bowl, has been around for a long time. There has not been one commissioner that I have met, and I've been in a lot of leagues because I've got that bipolarness where I just flip out and I say, F you, I'm out of here. There's not been one commissioner like Sean Soden. That dude, I've got to give you props, man. You're one of the coolest guys I know, and he is committed to making this work. He is 100% committed into making sure that Soden Bowl lives, okay? So jump on the train, man. Get in with us. Make Soden Bowl great again. Whether you're a Trump guy or not, I thought the slogan. I know everyone uses that slogan. Make whatever great again. Anyway, make us great, man. Help us there. Because we can't do it without you. We can have, the thing I love about it, we have good commissions. We have good admins. We have good owners in place. We just need to turn the wheels a little bit more, and we're going to get on pace. Okay? So guys, just get those games in, and let's take us to the top, okay? I'm trying to learn more things with Photoshop, with After Effects, with OBS, stuff like that, to make this much more of an immersive state. So help us get there, man. Help us get to that point where we are like ready to take it to the next level, because I can tell you we're going to. It's going to be with you or without you. So there. So anyway, Alpha's hot take. So, you're like, how do you follow that up? You just said the State of the Union. You threw some people under the bus. How do you follow it up? Well, I'll tell you how you follow it up. You talk about stuff that's around us right now, right? You talk about the draft, right? The draft's coming up. Guys, tell me what you think of the draft, okay? Who do you hope your team picks, all right? I want to see it in the YouTube comments. I want you to tell me. First off, as you know, I'm a huge Broncos fan. So it's sitting at number 10. I would love to either get Dwayne Haskins, Devin White, or Drew Lock. Those are my three biggest picks. We don't maybe get one of those stud cornerbacks. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping Elway doesn't nerf it, screw it up, whatnot. I feel like last year's draft was really good. I'm feeling like we can kind of bolster that. Other than that, I mean, that's kind of, that's what I think of the draft so far. Another piece of hot take. Let me tell you something. Right now, I've talked about this before. I talked about it earlier and in another episode. Right now, people are saying this is one of the worst Maddens ever. I don't think so. I think that there are some bugs. I don't think that they should take out real player motion. I know there's a lot of people that do. I don't think that they should. I think that they should enhance it, because you go back to the old style and then you have zigzagging, and then you got to implement that rule where people aren't just zigzagging around. I don't like that. I like how they've implemented this, build from that. Build off of it and get the kinks out of it. Get the glitches out. One thing I'm happy about, they are taking out long shot, I believe. This is a rumor. And they're allowing it to be more of an immersive feel like My Player. So that's going to be huge. I feel like all the grief that they're getting, where, mind you, maybe some of it is warranted, maybe some of it's not as warranted, but I feel like they can get better, and I feel like hopefully the buyers are like keeping the fire under their feet to make sure that this Madden 20 is going to be the best game ever, because you're going off of a year where people are just not wanting to play this, like throwing the game out. Actually, no, because they're all digital now. I mean, but remember back in the day when you could like break a disc and make a statement? You know, you could break a disc and say, I'm never going to play this game again. I remember seeing people in video doing that. You can't really do that now. I'm going to uninstall it. You can install it back. But anyway, I feel like this is a very down year for Madden. But don't worry, because they have some competition. And I know what you're thinking. Maximum Football, right? It's not that great, whatever. I'm telling you, it's going to be great. We did an interview about a couple weeks back with one of the developers, actually one of the head developers, and he actually has hired somebody to do motion capturing, and they're going to do a college theme. They're not going to have it online yet, but they're building towards something. I am actually a Patreon subscriber, whatever you call it, and I'm doing it not just because I want to have all the info ahead of time, because they do, like, you go in their Discord and they give you, like, they were just showing us some of the team logos and stuff, but I'm doing it because I want to help them grow as a company. I'm very dedicated to this. My hobby is online gaming and sports gaming, football gaming, if you want to dissect it right down to the nuts of it, the nuts. But that's my big hobby. I don't, I drink and smoke cigars and stuff, but, I don't go out and build race cars or anything. That's my hobby. I like doing this kind of stuff where I can talk and do shows. But I can't do that if there's games out there that are they're getting worse. So with that said, you've got options now. You've got options. Not only do you have Maximum Football, you have Access Football, where we had talked to Danny a couple months ago about that, and they're doing a motion capturing as well. So I really think that you guys need to go out there and buy these games, not only to help them develop, but help them grow. And because, if you, let's put it this way, before interviewing both of them, I wasn't sold on either game. I really wasn't. I played both games. I'm not the biggest fan of those, but I am a very big fan of passion. And I can tell you, talking to both of these guys, actually talking to Access, but listening to developer for Maximum Football, these guys have passion. They are going to step their game up, but they need your help. If they don't make sales, they're just not going to be able to do anything with it. So just, if you don't want to be a Patreon user, buy a couple copies, man. They've already said they're going to be like $20-some. Buy some copies, get that revenue up. Both guys have said their income is going back, their profit and revenue is going back into the game. You're only going to make this game better for them. As you make this game better with them, you're part of this. Madden is going to be forced to step up their game. EA is going to be forced to step up to the plate. So guys, while I'm not bad-mouthing any company or anything like that, competition is great. You don't want monopolization within the football community. So that's my hot take. I thought about talking about the league a little bit with the hot take, but I said, you know what, let's do a State of Union. I'll make that its own segment. But competition, guys, let's get on the train. Let's get a part of it. Let's be a part of this revolution, right? You guys may think, oh, it's a video game online. No, it's not, man. You guys are passionate about football. I know you guys are. I follow Twitter all the time. I'm in a bunch of Discords. You guys are passionate about this game. But you got to help out these smaller guys get bigger to where they can compete. Not only just, if you're not going to be a big fan of that, at least to have EA step up their game. We talked to Rex Dixon a couple weeks ago as well, And, you know, one of the things I got out of that, Rex is a huge football fan, very passionate. But one thing that he said, man, it's all about the dollars, man. That's where they come from. And I understand that. It's not Clint Oldenburg's fault, man. They've got to answer to somebody, right? They've got to answer to somebody else, and we've just got to help out the entire community. So I know it's kind of jumbled and I kind of jumped around and stuff, but you know what I'm talking about. So you know, help out, you know, be a part of this. This is us, right? We want this to keep going. Do you want in 3 years to be no online leagues and all mutt, like where we're just spending our money getting cheeseballed to death online? No. So stop allowing it to happen. Okay? Now I'm not the type of guy that like talks down to my audience, because I very appreciate everything. But come on. Okay? Help out. Damn. Anyway, with that said, guys, I want to thank you all for the support you've given the community Soden Bowl. Even if you're not a part of this, you guys do reach out to me in Discord and on Twitter. I really do appreciate all this. I love doing this, and I love being a part of this online community. I know, cue the Full House music, right? Uncle Jesse's going to come down and sing me a song with his mullet. You said, yeah, anyway. I was not a fan of Full House, but I know that's... Anyway. But yeah, man, you know, this is something that we love to do, man. I don't get paid for this stuff, right? I don't get paid to act like a knucklehead or act like a fool in front of you guys, right? I do it because I like it, man. I love making this league so immersive. So help us, right? You may not be good at graphics. You may not be good at broadcasting. You may have a good voice and you know how to break down plays. You may be good at, you know, content on Twitter. You may be, you know, anything. The only gift that you may have is knowing people that want to play Madden. And guess what? You get points for referring people here. So keep that in mind. You may not think you have a gift to bring to the table, but you do. Okay? Keep that in mind. With that said, follow us on Twitter. You can follow the league at Soden Bowl Sim LG. You can follow me at the Alpha Hill 7. There's no underscores or anything. I kept it simple. And yeah, man, we're just really happy to have all this and, you know, be a part of this great community. I know I'm cheesing out again, but if you guys have any type of suggestions on content I should do, or maybe some sort of new segment or anything, let me know. Comments below, or you can DM me on Discord, or get a hold of me at Twitch. Or I'm sorry, Twitter. But my Twitch is also the Alpha Hill 7, and occasionally I actually broadcast some games for other leagues and stuff like that. So give me a follow in there as well. I love the support. I am an affiliate with Twitch now, but I hear you don't make any money unless you're out there begging for bits and shits and whatever. But yeah, anyway, I appreciate all the support and everything, and you guys have been great. Just keep following, keep watching, keep if you're in the league, keep, you know, just playing your games and scheduling and be a part of this. We're going to grow. We want you to grow with us, man. With that said, thank you for joining to episode number 2. I am here.